let us take for example, let us move from here to Charminar, right? Suppose I am taking 1 hour to go from Mehdipatnam to Charminar, and at the same time the person who is traveling in the bus will take around 2 hours to reach in the traffic, right? That means the different objects will take different times to reach a particular position, right? That means some objects will be moving faster and some may be moving slowly, and some based on the situations and the conditions between the distance, right? Therefore, we can say that the different objects moving at different places will be differed in the time and the distance. That means distance may be fixed. That means the destination of two persons may be fixed, but the time taken to reach that destination will be differed. Therefore, it will be differed based on the condition of their speed, that is slower or faster speed, right? Therefore, here we got a new term, that is speed. That is, speed is defined as the distance travelled by an object in a particular time, that is distance travelled per unit time. That is, the average speed is calculated as, suppose a person takes 5 kilometers he travelled 5 kilometers in 5 seconds, and later he travelled another 10 kilometers in another 5 seconds. Then what is the average speed of that person? That means we will be calculating his speed, that is average speed. He may be sometimes faster, sometimes slower, but we have to maintain the average ratio, right? In order to find the average speed of the object, we have to get the total distance travelled by the object and the total time taken by the object. If we get the two terms, that is how much distance he travelled and what time he travelled, then we can find out the average speed. That is, speed equals to distance by time, and the speed SI unit is meters per second. That is, distance is measured in meters, right? And distance is known as the total distance travelled by the object, and it is having only a physical quantity. It is a scalar quantity. It is having only a magnitude, and therefore it is represented as distance as meters. The time is measured in seconds. Therefore, we are taking the SI unit as meters per second. That is, it is represented either in both forms. And also we have some more units, that is centimeters per second or kilometers per hour. Anything, all these units can be represented for speed. And let us take one example in order to understand briefly. That is, suppose a person is travelling around 16 meters in 4 seconds, and another person is travelling 16 meters in 25 seconds. What is the average speed of that person or of that object? That is denoted as the time, or that is average speed is equals to total distance travelled by total time taken, right? Therefore, we can say that 16 plus 16 meters is the total distance travelled, right? That is 32, and the total time taken is 4 seconds plus 25 seconds, that is equals to 25 plus 4, it is 29 seconds. The total distance by total time. Therefore, we will be getting that 29 5s are and 0.30 will be 29 3s are 3s are. Therefore, we will be getting the answer as 5.33 meter per second. This is the average speed of that particular object, right? Now, let us see the speed with direction. That means here we are getting some vector quantity, that is the direction. It is having both magnitude and the physical and scalar quantity, that is both physical and directional. That is, let us see, suppose a person is travelling from south to north, then he will be saying that he is travelling from top to bottom. The direction is mentioned, right? If he is travelling from west to east, then we will be saying he is travelling in this direction, right? So here we are mentioning the direction also, in which way he is proceeding, right? So we will be saying that an object is moving forward direction or backward direction or downward direction or upward direction, right? Then this is mentioned with the speed and direction. That is, an object is moving with a speed of 30 meters in forward direction. That means we are giving the speed, that is average speed of the object, and at the same time the direction in which it is moving. So here the new term is derived, that is velocity. The velocity is defined as the distance traveled in a particular time with a specific direction. That is, it is a vector quantity. Velocity is defined as a vector quantity as we are specifying the direction with the distance and time. Therefore, we can say there are two types of velocities, that is uniform velocity and non-uniform velocity. And for coming to uniform velocity, it is also known as variable velocity. That is, an object will be moving a particular distance at a particular intervals of time at a particular rate. That means it doesn't change its direction. Then it is said to be a uniform velocity. An object changing at uniform rate, then it is said to be having uniform velocity. And we will be defining the formula here, that is velocity. That is, average velocity is defined as the velocity or the distance travelled by the object of initial and final positions by 2. That is, the initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2 will give the average velocity of an object. That is, initial velocity is considered as u plus final velocity is considered as v, and u plus v by 2 is equals to average velocity of an object. This is the formula I have shown here, see, and this is the velocity formula. And we have learned about two formulas, that is distance formula, that is distance is the total length or the total path covered by an object, and the average speed is the total distance by total time, and at the same time the velocity is defined as the total distance taken by time in a particular direction, right? Let us see one problem in order to find the terms, that is average speed and average velocity. Now let us see the problem, that is a person known as Usha or the name Usha. She is swimming in a pool, right? She is taking around 180 meters to cover the distance she travelled, that is 90 meters long pool. She is swimming in a 90 meters long pool, that is 90 meters the pool length is, and she is covering this distance within 180 meters in 1 minute. That means she is covering from, this is the initial point of Usha. She is swimming from initial point to the end point, and she is swimming back again in the straight line towards her initial point. That means to and fro, forward and backward. That is 90 plus 90, that is 180 meters in 1 minute. Now we will be seeing the question like this. Usha swims in 90 meters long pool. She covers 180 meters in 1 minute by swimming from one end to another and returning back along a straight line. Find the average speed and average velocity of Usha. That means, first the average speed is defined as the total distance covered by Usha by the total time taken to cover it. That is, the total distance is 180 meters. And 1 minute is defined as 60 seconds. Therefore, the total time taken is 60 seconds. That is equals to 3 meters per second. The average speed of Usha is 3 meters per second, while the average velocity is defined as total displacement by the time taken. That is, the displacement means the distance or the shortest distance between the original and final positions. That is, initial and final positions. Therefore, we can say that the total displacement by the total time taken, right? Therefore, it is defined as displacement by time, and the total displacement is 0 because the Usha is going from starting position O to the end position A and returning back to the initial position. Therefore, we can say that the initial and as well as the final position of Usha is same, right? Therefore, the total displacement taken by Usha is 0. Therefore, 0 by time taken equals to 1 minute, that is equals to 60 seconds. Therefore, the average velocity of Usha is 0 meters per second. Hope you got the clear difference, or you can differentiate between the average velocity and average speed. I hereby give the definitions once again. That is, average speed is the total distance taken by time taken to cover it, while the average velocity is the total displacement taken by the time taken for it. Okay? Let us see another new term, that is rate of change of velocity. That means the velocity doesn't be same for every interval of time. That means the velocity will be changing according to the time. That is, the change in velocity will never be equal to 0. It remains constant sometimes, but it cannot be 0. As in the case of displacement, it can be 0, right? Because when the initial and final positions are same, then the displacement will be equals to 0, right? Therefore, we can say that the rate of change of velocity with time is defined as acceleration. And the term acceleration is thus got, that is, when the velocity is changing with time at particular intervals of period, then it is said to be acceleration, and acceleration is defined as the change in velocity by the time taken. That is, the SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square or meter. The symbol is not as shown, and the acceleration is defined as the difference between the final and initial positions of velocity with respect to time. That is, for example, let us take a car is traveling from one initial position and to a final position B. The initial velocity V may be U and the final velocity VV. Then the acceleration will be considered as the difference between the final and initial velocities with respect to the time taken to travel the distance. Thus we can solve, or we can note down the acceleration of different objects, and at the same time the acceleration will be also of two types, that is uniform and non-uniform acceleration, and at the same time that acceleration motion is also known as acceleration, and there will be two types, that is positive acceleration and negative acceleration. That is, positive acceleration means the acceleration direction will be in same direction with the velocity direction. I previously said that velocity is a quantity of both magnitude and direction, right? Therefore, when acceleration is also having the same direction of velocity, then it is said to be positive acceleration. If the direction of acceleration is negative, that is opposite to the direction of velocity, then it is said to be negatively accelerated object, right? Then we can say that acceleration is also a vector quantity because it is also having both magnitude and direction. Therefore, we can say a uniform acceleration motion when an object possesses a uniform acceleration motion because when it falls from a top of the bridge or anything, that is a freely falling object. Suppose let us take an apple falling from a tree, that is which is having a uniform or constant motion throughout its path, that is known as uniform acceleration. And let us see the non-uniform acceleration, that is when a car is traveling, it is going around 5 kilometers per 1 minute and 10 kilometers per second minute. That means it is going very fast, very slow and moderate. That means it's changing its speed according to the time and distance. Then it is said to be non-uniform rate, and it is known as non-uniform acceleration. That means distance covered at equal interval of times is same, then it is said to be uniform acceleration. If it is not, then it is non-uniform acceleration. Let us see some problems regarding this.